Bello, and welcome to Blessed Blontent Blub. I'm your blost, Blister Bleal. And bliff blee bles blah blaze is blan blan blah blibbio blame blum 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 blue blah blom.
Hey Bob, you blee that Blontent? You could block another man on that Blontent.
Zelda 2.
And I'm not going to try to do that with KZ Excellent from KinoRagotswag.com.
Oh, thank you. Did you know that they were originally going to call him Bluckman?
Parts of this movie sure aged.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's perfect.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about at all.
I didn't say good or bad. I just said age. Everything ages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sometimes you watch a film and it's like Dan assigned a person you know in real life to a line in this film, and you didn't know for 2 years.
Yeah, no, that was a joke I made, and I thought people got it, and apparently they thought it was funny on its own merit, and then Casey just found out, I did insinuate that person's Scott Pilgrim. Yes, that's what I did.
There are a lot of moments in this movie where Scott Pilgrim is just the guy from the meme where he's explaining it to the disinterested girl.
Oh, 100%. That's almost all of Scott's personality that exists.
I like the one that's just the meme of just the dude grabbing her neck. And that's the over-explaining guy.
Yeah. Scott's a really powerful character.
Yeah, you forget that he's 100% cringe.
No, I don't.
I do, because I saw this movie in theaters and don't think I saw it after that.
Yeah, I saw this
all.
movie in theaters. I've read the comic a bunch of times, but having somebody say the things and with like pauses really massively amplifies the power.
Yeah, I guess we should say our experience with this and then say who brought what to the poll.
Oh, yeah.
I saw this in theaters 3 times, own it on Blu-ray, watched every commentary, and own every book. Hey, Bob, you said you watched it in theater 10 years ago?
Yeah, thereabout. Maybe I might have ended up seeing it twice in theaters due to some weird shenanigans, but I don't remember.
Okay, KZ.
I think I bought the game on PS3 like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I was going to start asking about the game because Bob played the game, right?
Yeah, for sure. That game was pretty cool. Also, watching this again, it's like really surprising that Knives was DLC. She's like one of the only people who fights in this.
Look, they were basing it on the book. No, the books have her.
They were basing it more on the books.
Yeah, they were basing it more on the books. It's kind of fucking insane because they have a level that is supposed to be some of the shit from the 6th book where it's Scott's in a depressive fugue state, and to make him feel better, his parents buy him a PSP Go.
You told me that during the movie, and I'm like, this is the most insane thing in the world.
I was like, KZ, I'm only going to tell you one thing that happens in the book that does not happen in the movie, and it is that at this point, Scott goes into a depressive fugue state, doesn't solve anything for weeks, and his parents, to make him feel better, buy him a PSP Go, which costs like $200+.
Yeah, and then you and then in the game you go through the level where he's like out and sad in the woods in the books.
Yes. Phil, what is your total experience? Did you play the game?
Yeah, I bought the game the day it came out. I watched this in theaters the day it came out. I've seen it one other time since then. I don't remember when. It was shortly after it came to video. And I've read the books a couple times.
Yeah. I only went through the books once. I actually only was... See, the funny thing is when the first book came out like a hojillion years ago, like 2006 or whatever, 2005, I saw it and I was like, oh, this seems really cool. And then I never saw it again until the movie came out and it was like, here's all 6. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Strangely, I saw memories of, I believe, you and me in TBS Comics.
Yeah.
And you found the book for the first time. It was very...
I was like, oh, this seems neat.
I was like, I think this is about a like 22-year-old dude dating a high schooler. What is this?
Like, as an 18-year-old, I don't have a barometer for this yet.
Right?
All I can think of is base.
Actually, I may have been 17 when
I was like, I don't think we were at high school yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the exact timeline of when that appeared at that TBS and when I read it, but I was like, yo, this seems neat. This is going to be like most Amera mangas, though, and it's probably not going to actually deliver the entire story.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's setting up for 6 volumes or whatever.
And those things usually get canceled.
They usually tend to have shorter runs, in my experience, anyways. So that's cool. Feel that you read the books twice. I feel like I should go through them another time at some point.
They're really good at more thoroughly communicating what a horrible person Ramona is than this movie is.
That's true.
There's a little bit of this in this. There's a little bit of that in the movie, but she really gets off the hook in it most.
Well, see, here's the thing. Scott really overshadows her.
A lot of the movie is insinuating that she was terrible and maybe is now trying to be better.
Yeah, and the books is like, no, she's just like the books kind of imply that the reason the girl from The Office whose character name I forget in this movie, not The Office, Parks and Rec, the snarky one from Parks and Rec. There's like the insinuation is she doesn't want them to get together in the books, at least, because they're both horrible and would feed on each other.
Yes, that's true.
So wait, is that Julia?
That's the one who's like, do not date Scott Pilgrim. I mean, do not hit on Ramona Flowers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
I also think it's really funny that Scott Pilgrim's younger sister in this movie is just obviously older than him.
Oh, good. I was wondering if you picked up on that. I was saving that detail for Bob and Casey until we were here. Yeah, it's really funny because the joke's supposed to be it's his younger sister, and she keeps calling him little brother because he's short and he acts like a child.
Right.
But they cast someone who's literally older than him.
I figured, but it popped up, yeah, she's 18, and then she's calling him little brother, and it's like,
It's okay.
what's happening?
To make things funnier, just know that Knives is the same age as Ramona's fictional character in the movie. So that entire rant she does about how old Ramona is very funny in that context.
Huh.
Yeah, the age of the cast is very, very interesting, but it's a really good cast. You know, Lucas Lee knocks it out of the park. The skateboarder actor.
Oh, yes. Yes.
The one that's a Jason Lee parody, thus him being named Lucas Lee, because Jason Lee was a skater turned actor.
Right.
Yeah. Fucking Chris Evans.
Yeah, no, that shit's good. He has so many of the fucking best lines in this movie. It's just like, hey, I'm a fan. Yeah. Why wouldn't you be?
Yeah, no, that line,
That
stuck
line
with
is
me.
great.
You know, coming off of
Time.
coming off all the MCU things he did, seeing him do this is insane.
This is his best role.
Yeah, I can't imagine MCU normalizing this man and watching this.
like he's a very sane, straight man there. And then you come into this.
I'm gonna do my best to not say any of the lines in the movie that I know are coming up until we hit the vegan, and I'm like, ovo-lacto vegetarian, maybe. And I'm just like, that is the most insane line I've ever fucking heard. It's just like, anyone can be vegan.
Yeah, I think that my favorite one from the vegan thing is just, yeah, he's vegan. That means he's just better than most people. That's why he has psychic powers. Like, that's insane.
My favorite part is always how he's a cheat already. Like, he only gets defeated because he doesn't really give a shit to start with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, yeah, I'll just eat this chicken parmesan.
Chicken isn't vegan.
This is only the third time seems insane when he says chicken isn't vegan.
Yes, the gelato. The gelato bit's really good on its own because it's just like, it's milk and eggs, bitch. And I'm like, that's a really funny line, and it's read perfectly. But then they reach chicken parm.
Yeah.
And you're like, no.
And then we watch the bloopers of that one cop failing to put on sunglasses.
Yes, honestly, this Blu-ray, the original Blu-ray and the 4K one, both really good. The 4K Blu-ray really earns being 4K. Like, it looks stellar. This whole thing was made on actual film, so it got a really good buff from the 4K HDR treatment. But they have this really good extra thing they added for this 4K Blu-ray because this is the 10th anniversary of this film. They made a supercut of the TV censorship of this movie feel. I need every movie till the rest of time to come with this feature.
What was wrong with them? Was this supposed to air on Cartoon Network?
What was it? Originally, he's like, you'll pay for your sins. You'll pay for your sins, you cocky cock. And the TV censorship version is, you'll pay for your sins, you Oscar grouch.
Nothing can ever beat the Kill Bill TV edit.
Party hat.
Like that's
Yes.
well, and my name is Buck, and I'm here to
party. Yes.
The amount of uses of owl instead of like ass.
Yeah, they replaced every use of the word ass in the movie with owl.
That's insane. Why'd they do that?
It was
And
completely
bitch. Where she's like, yeah, you're being a total owl right now.
no, witch.
Oh, witch. Sorry.
Which was funny because I'm like, we just got done with her being a lesbian, saying witch doesn't. Are you implying Wicca? What do you? That seems like a bad substitute word to use in this context immediately after the yes, she had a phase, as they state. Yeah, no, this movie has nonstop fucking incredible lines, incredibly tight storytelling. It's kind of nuts. Like, one, for people who don't know, this movie apparently did not do well enough, so Universal canceled Del Toro's fucking In the Mountains of Madness or whatever movie.
yeah.
Same audience.
Oh yeah, same audience, nerds. Totally. That's fucking nuts, and they should be punished. But more importantly, this movie's really stellar in a way that I don't think anyone could expect. Because while Edgar Wright is a really good filmmaker, adapting 6 volumes into one movie, is difficult. And this thing does so by, constantly driving 300 miles an hour down the storytelling path.
I think it was mostly written before like the last 2 books were out, so he had to ask Brian Lee O'Malley, like, what fucking happens in your story? And then he told him, like, actually, I changed things after that. I hope that's okay.
Yeah. He was like, here are the designs for the stuff. I haven't written a lot of the ending. And then they wrote a bunch of stuff. And he went, oh, that's good. I'm using that. It's the funniest shit in the world. Those commentary tracks are really good because, when you think about commentary tracks for movies, you think they're going to have the writer and the director and maybe like one with a little bit of the cast. So they do that, and that's the first 3. And then the 4th commentary track is like, here's a bunch of actors who aren't the main actors and no one from production, and they're just sort of rambling over a movie's entire commentary track.
That's pretty good.
I'm like, yeah, I'll probably watch this for everything. Like, could you imagine a Die Hard movie where it's just like, yeah, we got the lady who's the hacker.
God.
We didn't get the cool alt-right dude. We got his Asian wife from Die Hard 4.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that movie's bad. No one watch it. Please.
We need to watch more Die Hard.
There's only one more
no,
Die Hard.
We really don't.
I know, because they actually did cancel the new Die Hard.
Smart.
So I just want to say here, Jason Schwartzman, perfectly cast.
Yes, I said that when he popped up on screen out loud. I'm like, he's so perfectly fucking cast.
Which one is that?
Gideon Graves.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, he has some of the best bloopers, too.
Oh, yeah, he's shitting his pants in every blooper.
I have to admit this because I stared at this movie so much trying to figure out, like, no, that's not, God, what is his fucking name? No, that's not Luke Wilson. That's somebody else. He looks so much like Luke Wilson. Like,
I mean,
that's not Luke Wilson.
he shows up in a bunch of hipster stuff too, so I kind of get it, I guess. Yeah, no, Gideon Graves is perfectly acted by Jason Schwartzman. I actually watched a series that he was the main star of because of Scott Pilgrim introducing me to this actor. I was like, oh, this guy is really fucking hilarious. Like every fucking line he does is really good. One of the bloopers though, he says ass and he says, what was it? Fuck or damn?
Yeah,
He goes, oh wait, you can't curse in this movie, can you? And he just breaks character because it's like, well, that ad lib just fucked up.
Yeah, or him just going, oh, I fucked up my line. It's time to roll on back. And then he rips his pants open.
Yeah, he tears his fucking pants open in a scene. And he's like, did you see that? I just ripped my pants open. He's like, no, I'm serious. I just ripped my pants. Don't look. And then he starts putting his jacket over it. But yeah, no. This movie has an amazing soundtrack too, which is kind of nuts. Because, Sure, they have some Zelda songs in there, but I think every single actual rock song is really fucking good.
Yeah, like the opening riff of Final Fantasy II. That was a pretty good song.
Yeah, when Scott's like, yeah, I dumped knives. Anyways, I learned the bass line from Final Fantasy II, and here we go. And I'm like, Scott is such a real person.
Yeah, it hurts.
It's so good. I just...
Also, that bit where just the Seinfeld theme started playing, and I'm like, what is this movie?
Yeah, it's pretty great.
I knew nothing.
Oh man, yeah, no, it's really good because it doesn't just couch itself at doing completely straightforward adaptation of the original material. There are tons of jokes that are written in as specifically cinematic storytelling jokes, like transitional things and other things like that, that necessarily don't show up in the books. It's really fucking good. And somebody's gonna strangle me, but I think it's Edgar Wright's best film.
I do need to see more of his catalog.
Watch Ant-Man and then imagine what he wrote.
I mean, we did that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was brutal for me because
Yeah,
I've seen enough Edgar Wright to go, oh, I could see the film that was going on there before Disney pulled the plug.
That's really sad.
I've seen Shaun of the Dead a long time ago. I need to rewatch it. And I've never seen Hot Fuzz, even though every fucking person I've ever met is like, Hot Fuzz is great. I'm like, okay. I haven't watched it. I don't know why.
I've seen large chunks of Hot Fuzz, but never in order.
Okay, so I guess we need to watch Hot Fuzz. That's fine. I'm fine with owning every Edgar Wright film. Hey, you could do worse.
Really big fan of Wallace Wells in this movie.
Yes.
Yeah, Wallace has a lot of the best lines.
Yeah, you do.
Scott, I'm going to need this apartment tonight and for the rest of the week and for the rest of the year.
I need that bed, Scott. It's for having sex.
It's extremely funny. He's like, Scott, even I wouldn't date an 17-year-old, and then immediately is making out with the 17-year-old at the club.
Biceps.
Also very funny them going to Scott's sister, yeah, your two gay friends are over there. And she's like, what do you mean two? And her boyfriend is making out with one as well.
She's like, hey, friend.
And then she goes, again?
Yes. No, it's really good. It's really fucking good. How good? Good.
I really appreciate him going, Scott, are you just sitting waiting for a package you just ordered?
Yes.
On the weekend?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I really appreciate the part where he signs for the package and then throws it in the trash can, which took 33 takes.
Thank you, bloopers. Showing every single failed throw.
I need to buy this on Blu-ray and watch the bloopers and stuff because I just watched it on Netflix.
Yeah, they also have the alternative ending where it's like,
is it the alternative ending for pedophiles?
Yes, actually. They cut out the part where the cop showed up and took him away.
They're like, maybe if we narrate about Scott beating people up, no one in the audience will think about Scott.
Think about him being like, man, I'm sure great. It's simple when I date a 17-year-old who goes to Catholic school. Simple.
I love the part where his sister's like, you're dating a high schooler? And he's like, yeah, Catholic school. And she's like, oh, and he's like, and she's Chinese. And it's just like several layers of fucked up fetish bait. Like, it's basically what the conversation's breaking down to as his sister's like, what is wrong with you? It's really good.
I do think one of the things that once again got cut out of the books is how almost every single person who shits on Scott for dating a high schooler makes out with a high schooler at some point in the books. It's really funny. Yeah, because there's that part where Kim Pine makes out with knives in the books.
Oh, I didn't remember that. Huh.
It's in one of the later books where where they both get really drunk. In fact, that's one of Kim Pine's specials in the game. It summons knives and they kiss.
See, this is funny because everyone just is immediately upset by Scott doing it because they know he's a fucking monster. They're like, what are you doing? It's really great. We talk about really deep subjects like her friends and who's cheating on who and her yearbook club.
That's part like, what level are you connecting with this person with, Scott?
Not at all.
Which is all like, Scott, are you dating a high schooler because you're mentally 14? It's like, yes, sir. Which he doesn't say, but it's implied.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, there you can see at the moment another chick is an option for him that all of the things Knives said don't impact at all.
You could almost see the thought go through his head the first time he sees Ramona, where it's like, she's mad quirky. You just see that thought go through his mental process.
You know, I'm surprised this show doesn't literally have, like, this isn't where people saying mad quirky comes from. Like,
Yeah, because I thought it. I don't know if I said it out loud while we watched. Oh man, she's mad quirky.
Oh man. Yeah. I it's weird to watch a movie and be like, every single person in it did a fantastic fucking job. Like Wallace did a fantastic fucking job. Even Stills is really great.
Yeah, Steven Stills is really great. He's like one of the best characters in this.
yeah, he's mostly just mental breakdown, man.
Yeah.
Hey, didn't you two break up? Whatever, that's not important. She starts shoving him away. This isn't about us, Scott. This is about you. Please stop making her remember. Oh man, there's so many beautiful musical cues too. Like anytime Kim gives Scott a look, there's like a bass note of merp.
Yeah.
Very good sound design, yeah.
It's kind of insane that this is a movie with tons and tons and tons of references to video games. But it's more budgeted and well produced than any video game movie will ever be, and it's based on a random comic that's very unknown.
Yes.
That's insane.
Yes.
How'd this happen?
Also something that's noteworthy, it's making tons of references to video games and it's not very cringe.
Yeah, I don't want to die whenever they're doing them.
Yeah. Which should be its own award, right? Just that one thing.
I mean, sometimes it's cringe, but they know it is, and because of Scott is cringe.
Oh yeah, no. When Scott, if it crawls out of Scott's mouth, pretty good rule of thumb, probably cringe.
Yeah, I can't. No casting will ever be more perfect.
Yes,
and we need the most cringe person possible.
Yeah. The only problem, and this does actually bug me, he's noodly, even for Scott. Like, if you look at any drawing of Scott Pilgrim, he is not as noodly as Neil Cicierega. Or, sorry, Michael Cera. Oh, my God.
What the fuck?
I just made that mistake in my head, too. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I thought you were doing that bit you do where you call someone different and just leave no
No,
hint.
I just they both have last names that start with C that are weird, and to be frank, they're both noodle people, so I kind of mixed them up for a second there as I had this conversation.
That's unfortunate. I like every part where they cut to him wearing a hat.
You're getting kind of shaggy.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, because you always hear the sound of a truck passing by. It's always... Like somehow that was the sound the hat made as it appeared.
There's immaculate editing on this.
Oh, yeah.
It is really good.
It felt similar, very John Wick-like. Just keeps going.
My favorite musical cue is when Knives and Ramona are up on the balcony and they go, so Knives, how did you meet Scott? And Scott looks and it plays this like organ sound as it's like do 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 do, and he goes, "Oh no!" and he superimposes behind them.
And she go, "I was on the bus with my mom."
Oh no!
And they're like, "Is that how the story ends?"
I'm like, this is a nightmare. How did you meet your boyfriend? So I was on the bus with my mom, by the way, baby. What a fucking nightmare.
I drank my formula.
She finished breastfeeding me, and then Scott came up. God.
I appreciate that she got punched so hard her hair highlights flew out.
Oh, yeah. Once again,
I do like that.
Everyone's perfect. Young Neil screaming, he punched the highlights out of her hair. His delivery's fucking incredible. Also, this is the only movie where Brie Larson is acceptable because she's playing a massive bitch. She fucking nails that character in this. She just looks sultry and upset the whole time.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just hold that face. You nailed it. Good job.
Also the blooper where she eats shit.
Yeah, the blooper where it's like you can tell she can't keep it together at all.
Oh, I figured Casey was talking about where she's in heels and can't deal with that and falls over on
yeah.
stage.
Oh, you mean literally?
Yeah, like she literally just fucking eats shit and falls.
Yeah, she's doing the dance on stage to the musical number, and the heel or whatever snaps. She falls over and just eats shit on the stage, and everyone in the room went, "Oh," because it was violent.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, gotta get an ass surgery.
It's weird how many actors from this went on to play really huge superheroes. It's bizarre.
Fucking Chris
It's
Evans
so
is
many.
so perfect
Wait,
in this.
there's more than those two? No, I mean, two is
yeah.
already ridiculous.
There's Brandon Ruth, who was the vegan. He's Superman in Superman Returns.
Yep.
Oh, that was before this, but it's
Yeah,
still
that was
funny.
before this.
Okay.
but
I was
yes.
like, I didn't.
So that's what made that extra funny. He was the new Superman, and they're like, "You're now just vegan."
They also brought him back to be Superman for a fucking CW Arrow event.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Well, hey,
Which is funny because he's also a character on Arrow, I think, but it's like he's also Superman in the Arrowverse crossover Crisis on Infinite Earth.
Now I'm going to try my best to not just dive into random trivia. But one of the funniest, weirdest things that I went completely not noticing for 10 years about this movie is Kim has a meltdown when she realizes the band they're battling has a girl drummer. The girl's like 11, which is funny as shit.
Yes.
Because she flips the bird.
Yeah, what a bastard.
She's really great. She's a goblin.
It's okay. She's dead now.
yeah, they were vaporized.
But yeah, apparently every drummer in the entire movie is female, and I did not notice that for 10 years. I'm like, yeah. I guess MV Adams'
that's pretty
drummer
funny.
is a really cool, like, she's got like glasses like the fucking Sin City.
Did she not
Frodo.
even? Was she not even in the scenes after the musical? Because I was like, I don't remember her on the couch. Because
I don't think she's on the couch.
Yeah, it's
I think she was like
distracted
standing
because she's
in
so
the room.
intimidating. She might have been looming in the room. She might have been just looming in the room, but her glasses are fucking cool. Made me think of Frodo in Sin City when he cuts people up.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember the actor's name.
Never seen it.
You never seen Sin City?
No.
Sin City's pretty good.
Yeah, it's all right. It's no Scott Pilgrim, but
You need to start saying that in normal conversation about movies.
that'll upset a lot of people.
I know, that's why I want you to do it.
There are so many people who are like, I think everyone in this movie's an asshole. Why do you like it? And I'm like, because everyone in this movie's an asshole.
I know, because those are the same people that are like, why do you like Breaking Bad? That's about a bad guy. I'm like, yes, I watched it.
I
You need to read the comics again, Dan, because the drummer of Clash at Demon Head gets a lot more time where she's like, yeah, I have a cyber arm.
yes.
and I'm named after the character from Bionic Commando.
Yeah, the books are really, really good. I should reread them. I never did get the colorized version. I don't know if he colorized all of them or just like the first volume or whatever, but there is a colorized version they did at some point. I was like, oh, that'd be cool to own, but this is a lot of money and I'm good.
Is that one of those things where that replaced the old version, so now you can't get it non-colorized?
I don't know. Let me go to
I know that's the
Amazon.
problem with some of these comics and mangas that have that
I think
happen.
the colorized version of Scott Pilgrim is actually pretty good. But I
Okay.
think it's two different versions, I think.
You fucking nailed it, Dan. Scott Pilgrim. For years, I kept calling it Scoot Pilgrims just to fuck with people, but
Yeah, I think it's specifically called Color Edition.
Yeah,
if it's
I'm
colored.
looking at this. It seems to be the entire thing just consolidated into three books, $42. That's not terrible.
Yeah.
All things
Yeah,
considered, that seems pretty.
They're
good.
like it's like 47 if non-colored, because it's 6 books instead of 3.
Gideon Graves being like, I'm sorry that my cathedral of fashion is too much for your tragically Canadian sensibilities.
God, that character's great because you know his favorite movie's probably Rushmore, which the actor also starred in.
Yes.
He watches Rushmore and is like, wow, he's just like me.
Yes. First time I watched this movie, I was like, man, every song that Scott's band, the Sex and Bob Bombs, plays gives you a real hipster energy that seems like authentic. It doesn't seem like some cynical concept of what a hipster song is. And then you find out they're all written by Beck, and you go, okay. Yeah, that checks out.
I like that everyone in his band knows his band sucks. Except maybe...
Yeah, it's called being in a band.
Yes! Is she going to geek over us? I don't think she'll geek. I want her to. I need this.
God.
There's a real stupidity that and authenticity to this is our song Launchpad McQuack, and then still just going, that's not the actual name. Just to be clear. Scott's a fucking idiot and just keeps saying this.
God, so many fucking good moments in this movie.
Yeah, it's pretty much nonstop because once again, the movie travels at 300 miles per hour. If anything, the one complaint you could have is that it travels at 300 miles an hour, but it's fine.
Yeah, I think that's something that does bother me of like, man, it really doesn't slow down ever.
Scott died.
He just
Remember
keeps
when they
going.
spent 10 seconds on that?
I really appreciate
Well, he got
how
a
it
life.
just kept going like that.
Yeah, it feels like it's kind of reasonably paced up until the first Evil X shows up, and then it goes insane.
Yeah. who by the way is also great, even though he basically gets no time because he just dies.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the sliding foot thing he does all the time is really good.
Oh yeah, no.
And the whole email segment is great. Of just Scott reading it, and he goes, "This is boring," and just quits reading it and is completely at a loss.
Hey Scott, it's that guy. Yeah, Wallace is perfect. He's perfect. That's by the way, that is Macaulay Culkin's brother,
Yeah.
Oh,
Kieran Culkin.
he did.
Yeah.
He does look similar now that you mention
Yeah,
it.
He
but-
does look like almost exactly alike, actually.
I'm like, man, full-blooded brothers really be like, hi, I'm the alt color scheme. Context. I only have a half brother, and for most of my life, it really freaked me out when other brothers almost looked identical. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, that's just sometimes you roll the same number. But yeah, no, that first guy's really, really incredible. I like how his fight's relatively normal until Mystical Powers comes up, and then it becomes a Bollywood song.
Yeah, that part's pretty good.
Audience members going, what?
Yeah, there was a lot when I first saw it, because I think I saw the first showing the day it started. There was a lot of people who were like, what? What kind of movie is this?
Yeah, weren't you saying that the original trailers just made it look like an indie movie that was heartfelt?
That is so important to bring up here. Thank you, Baba. That would have slipped my mind entirely. I had to choose the 10th
poster
anniversary.
also doesn't help at all.
Yeah, I had to choose the 10th anniversary trailer for this fucking movie because the original trailers literally spend 2 minutes, and 1.5 of them, or over a minute, is just like, it's just an indie romance. And I'm like, you have Michael Cera. People are just going to think this is Fargo or something. What are you doing?
Oh,
That's the
right.
point.
We didn't actually talk about who selected what this time, other than you selected this.
Yes. So, Bob, what did you select?
Oh my God, now I'm blanking on
Bill and Ted.
The Bill and Ted's, yes, Bill and Ted's.
Okay. Hey, KZ, what did you select?
Speed. Then I went, oh shit, there's already a Keanu on here. What are we doing?
Hey.
And I was Starship Troopers.
Yep.
How did Keanu end up in this movie somehow?
I think this was during the lull of him not really being in films.
I think you're right. It's tragic though.
I'm not sure he would have been in this anyway.
It would
but-
be really good if he did, though.
to be frank, and I love Keanu, I'm not sure any character would benefit from him being them.
True.
He could just be a cameo.
Yeah, but what if he was one of the stunt doubles for Chris Evans?
Oh, that would have given me a stroke.
Yeah, that would have been insane.
Because there's the one
Yeah,
double in the back that's brown and like 4'8".
Yes.
It looks like looking at Keanu Reeves' filmography. It looks like that the Day the Earth Stood Still remake kind of killed his career till John Wick.
Yeah, that makes sense. Funny thing, one of those stunt doubles was actually Chris Evans' stunt double.
Good.
That's the one who looks so much like
That's really
him.
funny.
Oh yeah.
And then
'cause
they're
it
like,
was real close.
They're like, okay, the joke from here is to cast a bunch of people that look nothing like him.
that Chris Evans facial hair is very tragic. Also,
What are you talking about? It's so perfect.
that's what made it
it's
so
great.
evil.
Yeah, it's really bad, but it fits for this.
It's his best look. I just like this. I just like the small remark where he's like, I let him do the wide shots while I go get high in my trailer.
In my Winnebago.
Come on.
Which he doesn't call it a Winnebago. He calls it a Winnie. And I'm like, what a piece of trash. Every line's perfect, honestly. It's a real struggle to be like, this is a bad line in this movie. This is a not good line in this movie. I swear this is the last time I'm doing this. Ramona's actress psychotically demanded that she memorize the tea list, and everyone was begging her to just read it off of a fucking card.
Okay.
They're like, please. She's like, no, I got this. I can list all 20 of these teas.
I'm a performer.
What was one of them's insane? It's like liver death. The implication is that it would just destroy your liver, and I'm like, why do you have a tea that does that? But yeah, so far on Blessed Blontent, I noticed we have some pretty strong contenders for Blessed. You know, I feel like we haven't watched a movie that was okay so far.
Yeah, we haven't run into any duds or even anything that isn't just mediocre.
Yeah, as of the 2.
Yeah, we just have to the trick is to keep the streak up. See, from here on, it's easy. We just have to keep doing it for the rest of time.
Well, I guess it's time for us to score this and then leave the happy place and go to the sad place.
Quick, deliberate on your scores out loud and slowly.
KZ, you can start. Remember, and since this is a blessed Blontent Blub, where the content is blessed, our skill goes from 5 to 15.
Yes, because it can't have overlap number-wise with curse content. That doesn't even make sense.
Sense, of course not.
Yeah. Well, I had a really great time. I feel like the pacing was really strong. The comedy was solid. The fight choreography was surprisingly good. And all the special effects. Yeah, I like this a lot. I'm going to give it a 14.
Dan?
Yo, this movie's a fucking 15. This thing's fucking immaculate. It is really good at doing what it is trying to do. It is really hard to point at any part of it and say that's a shortcoming. They did a spectacular job adapting something that clearly has a set amount of things in it, the evil X's, into the short movie format. I think it's spectacular, and I'm shocked that, like, honestly, content-wise, out of all the movies I owned, it has the best fucking Blu-ray special features, and then they upped their game on the 4K Blu-ray to have the TV censorship version, which is incredible.
That's insane.
Every actor in this is perfect. Every line is so incredibly polished. It's fucking effective in a way that, like, honestly, I only expect David Fincher films to be. Yeah, it's a 15. What a good fucking movie. I'm any person who thinks this movie is bad is revealing more about themselves than the movie.
I meant to ask, are there cut X's in this or
No.
Okay.
No, all the
No,
X's
they're
are
all
there.
in this.
Okay.
Because they can't go, here's the League of X's, then say it's this number, then Scott just doesn't fight one.
I mean,
They
there was a
really,
line
really
about,
truncate the twins, but that's it.
Yeah, which fun fact, they truncated the twins because they didn't speak a whole lot of English, and they were like, oh boy, we
Yeah.
shouldn't have cast these two. We can't even get across the choreography of stuff now. So they drastically simplified that scene to get through shooting it.
Wow, that explains that.
Yes, it really does. But technically, Bob,
Yeah.
technically, Scott doesn't fight himself in this movie. So they did cut one of the fights with an evil X.
Okay.
Oh, that was the best.
Yes. No, them cutting it.
The Nega Scott shit. And we're
Yeah,
like,
Scott.
yeah, we had a lot in common, so we're going to go get brunch.
That also is a thing that he took from the movie. Oh my God. He fleshes it out a lot more in the book.
It's really good in the books. Here, it's basically just a joke.
Here, it's basically just really fun. Because here's the thing. It's a part of the foreshadowing of the DDR machine.
Mm-hmm.
And since the entire fight before that is also a part of that, you think this is real. You have every story reason to believe, oh, he's going to fucking do it. He's going to fight Nega Scott, just like he fought the
That's
Nega
where
Ninja.
I was at.
Right. And then it just goes, nah, they're going to talk about where to get good breakfast.
And then I hear Dan more delighted than I've ever heard him,
It's so good.
which is basically you the entire film.
It's like, hey, this is the moment for the character Scott Pilgrim, who's a piece of fucking trash, to confront his problems and better himself as a person, or just get lunch with his evil self. Sorry, Bob, you were giving it a score in the middle of asking a question about...
I didn't even call you. I just wanted to know.
Oh, okay.
Well, Bob, you're up next, so it's time for your score.
Sure. I think this movie is excellently put together, very funny. It's not 100% for me though. Like, I'm laughing almost all the way through the movie, but Scott Pilgrim as a person is horrible. Which is fine, absolutely fine. It's just I don't like it as much as I like some other stuff, so I'm gonna put this at 12. I'll put it just under John Wick because I like John Wick more, but not to say this movie's bad in any way. Just, it's not for me.
I don't know, Bob. It sounds like you just gave it a 7 out of 10 one moment while the comment trolls come to get you.
Oh, no! All right, this is a Patreon one. I can't even look at it.
Don't worry.
That's true. You can't read your comments.
Don't worry. The comment trolls can't afford $5.
Yes.
That's true. They
Oh,
can't.
my God. IGN should have gone pay for a long time ago.
Yeah, then they would just cease to exist very quickly.
Yes.
And I'll give it, I guess, a 13. It's really great, but sometimes Scott says things it's like having acid thrown on me.
Yeah, it's great.
Do you know about Pac-Man?
Are you the guy who talked about Pac-Man? No, that was some other guy. I'm definitely not that guy.
The fact he did the Pac-Man thing twice killed me.
Twice?
Yeah.
Where you're like, that's his line?
Yeah, that's his pickup line.
Yeah, that's his. Did you know that since Japan, Super Mario Brothers 2 is Doki Doki Panic? Want to do it now?
I'm surprised that one didn't also come up. Yeah.
Well, he had such a
I think
banger
it's in
with
the
the
book.
Puckman thing.
I think it's in the book. I don't know if he uses it to hit on somebody, but I feel like he says that in the book.
So here's the thing. I couldn't figure out if it was just also perfectly a Scott thing to say or if he actually did say it in the book. Because I've also thought about that forever. Like, yeah, Scott Pilgrim's The World Around would just do that. What a marvelous fucking movie. I honestly, movie might be better than the books. I don't know. I'm going to have to reread the books. The books are like, Scott's going to confront his evil. And the movie's like, yeah, over lunch, probably.
Yeah.
Well, before we go into the unhappy place, does anybody have any last things to say about this?
My only regret was not rereading the books and playing the game through again before this episode.
Yeah, that's fair. That would have made sense.
That would have been the time to do it, probably.
Well, next month is cursed content, so it's time for Bob to do his part and pick between A, B, C, or D.
Let's do D.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay. This one was a KZ special.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
It is the Disney Channel original movie round.
These aren't real.
Yeah, they are. What are they?
Can of Worms. I don't know anything about that.
Oh, no.
Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire. I don't know anything about that.
These are made up.
Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off. I don't know anything about that. Luck of the Irish, which I do know about because I think it was part of the weird genre of movies where kids turn into things.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And Halloween Town, which I feel like is the most definitive Disney Channel original movie, other than, of course, the 13th Year, the one where the guy turns into a fish.
These are all films
Allegedly.
I'm like, generous.
These are all films that aired on Disney Channel for the channel official productions. They are movie length, and I picked what would be the strongest ones for content. There are other ones that are worse, but will make worse content.
Right, yeah, I'm sure. I've seen some.
I'm sure.
Is Hocus Pocus a Disney Channel movie, or is that just something
No,
else?
that's a real movie.
No, it's an Undying Lich.
Yeah, I know that
Yeah,
much.
Yes, it is. Yeah, these are just straight. We made this on a Disney Channel movie budget.
I'm
Yeah,
scared.
they sure did.
I was thinking about that category too. I'm like, one of these days we'll hit it. It'd be funny if you put it under D for Disney.
I didn't even think to do that. I picked out 4, put them on a piece of paper.
Yeah, I created this bomb a year and a half ago.
Yeah, it was a while back. We finally stepped on it.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'm very excited for not this thing we just talked about, but the next episode of Blessed Blontent
Yes,
Blub.
Blessed Blontent Blub will be great after we're done with watching a movie-shaped thing.
Hey, it'll probably be better than Jimmy Neutron.
What a standard! What a bar!
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. Jimmy Neutron made me laugh maybe once or twice.
Then this will make you laugh once or twice.
We'll have to
Not
wait until
deliberately.
Halloween for another Blessed content.
Bye. Thank you, patrons.